Good morning, teacher. Today I'm excited to share with you fantastic holidays of Ecuador. I'm going to explain you four distinct types of holidays in Ecuador: national, religious, seasonal, and family holidays. I'm start with national holiday. The Independence Day is a national holiday which is celebrated in August 10th. The purpose of this holiday is to celebrate Ecuadorians' independence from Spain, achieved on August 10, 1809, marking the first call for independence in Latin America. The typical food that we tend to eat in this holiday is empanadas or yapingacho, which is a dish that contains potato paste suited with cheese, and it's often served with sauce and peanut sauce. The typical music that we tend to listen during the Independence Day is pasillo, which is a genre of music that is often slow and melancholic, and San Juanito. The clothing that is worn during this holiday is traditional attire, in where men tend to wear wet shirts, ponchos, and hats, while women tend to wear embroidered blouses, long skirts, and shawls. The typical activities of the Independence Day is parades and civic events that is related with the parades of military displays, speech, and some events that occur during this holiday. Also, the cultural performance, which including different traditional dances and musical performance and fireworks. Another important holiday of Ecuador is the Holy Week. The purpose of Holy Week is to commemorate the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The typical food that is served during this time is fanesca, which is a very delicious soup that is made with 12 grains, salt, cod, and other ingredients. It's important to claim that the 12 different grains that exist in this soup symbolizing the apostles. Also, higos con queso, it's a very delicious dessert that is served during the Holy Week. On the other hand, the typical music that people tend to listen during this holiday is religious hymns and classical music. And curious thing about this holiday is that in some towns of Ecuador, people tend to put religious hymns in the whole week. It's like a tradition that this town has during the holiday. And with relation to the clothing that people wear in the Holy Week, I guess that it's typical for most of Ecuadorians, but there are some cases that our people tend to wear different clothes that represent many things that during the parades or during the parties of Holy Week. Another important event that exists during the holiday is the activities of this holiday. And Holy Week, there are some processions, church service, and different type of activities related to their religion, in where people tend to pray, tend to celebrate resurrection of Jesus Christ in different ways. Depends of the religion and depends of the traditions that people have. Another important holiday of Ecuador is Carnival, which is a celebration that has many festivities and many parades in them. The typical food that is served during the Carnival, which could be very different depending of the region of each country. For example, there are some cases in where towns of the Ecuador, especially in the Sierra regions, there are some cases in where people prepare empanadas during the carnival. It's like another traditions that have different towns of Ecuador. On the other hand, with relation to the typical music of this of the carnival, we have marimba music, cumbia, and salsa, which is very popular in the Costa region. Another important thing about carnival is the clothing that people tend to wear. There are a lot of colorful costumes that people tend to wear. For example, there are participants of parades during the carnival, and these people tend to wear bright and elaborate costumes, often with mask and headdress. But also there are people that use casual clothing during the carnival. The typical activities that exist during the carnival is water fights, that is consists in throwing water to other people. In Ambato especially, there are an activity that called Ronda Nocturnal, in where people tend to throw water, eggs, flour, and paint to other people. It's a very funny activity, and in my opinion, it's very interesting how people can get fun throwing water with other people. And also the parades of the carnival, it's very cultivating events that exist during this holiday. And there are also different stands, different parties, events that exist during the carnival. The last holiday that I'm going to talk with you is Day of Deceased, or Dia de los Muertos, which is celebrated in November 2. The purpose of this holiday is honors and remembers deceased loved ones, similar to the Day of in Mexico, with some variations. The typical food that is served during the Day of Deceased is colada morada, which is a purple drink made from corn, blackberries, and spices, and guaguas de pan, which is a bread shaped like babies, often decorated with colorful icing. The typical music that is listened during this holiday is folk music and religious hymns. The clothing that is wear during this holiday, it's traditional attire, where many people wear traditional Ecuadorian clothing, especially during cemetery visits. But in some cases, there are people that tend to wear casual clothing. On the other hand, the activities that people do during the Day of Deceased is cemetery visits, and where families visit graves, clean them, and decorate with flowers and candles. Also, there are some activities that it's doing in the church, in where people go to the church to pray, to make a reflection of their lives. And other traditions that Day of Deceased has its create altars at home with photos, candles, and favorite food of the people that was dead. And also in some parts of Ecuador, there are many people that tend to sharing stories and memories of the deceased to keep their memory alive. In conclusion, there are many holidays and celebrations that represent us as a country. Most of them contain customs and traditions that are important for Ecuadorian people because they have a deep meaning in them. I think that Ecuador has wonderful people, and that with each celebration that we have in every year, make us unite more as a society and as a family. Thank you.